Leaving the hospital was very tricky, just because all that kept weighing heavy on my mind was, what's next? What's the future hold for this little boy? And, you know, the drive back home requires a drive over a bridge, and a part of me, although I never would have done it, would have almost felt like driving off the bridge with my son, because it was devastating for us, for me, to not know, you know, the future and what the prospects are for Jordan. It was very scary, very scary.
My son's name is Ali Grant Jr. He was born 4 months premature at 1 pound 7 ounces. I was really frightened the day he was born.
On the day my daughter Jessica was born, I found out she had Down syndrome. I really didn't know what it was, and I was very frightened.
I had no idea of what to do, where to go. It was a terrible time.
My husband and I first noticed Jordan was having some issues as we got closer to his first birthday. Jordan was not reaching his milestones, especially in regard to physical development.
I found out the morning I was having AJ that I was going into preterm labor. We found out we were having him. We were scared. I especially was scared because I was reading my baby book every week, and that week he was transparent. You'd see a lot of veins, so I knew there wasn't really much of a baby there yet.
While Jordan's pediatricians, they didn't seem to feel that there was much going on. They told me to kind of wait it out, wait and see, but it was my gut telling me differently. We decided to eventually have Jordan go to see a neurologist, the chief of neurology, at a local hospital, and the diagnosis with Jordan was autistic spectrum disorder.
Everyone is born with a hole in their heart, and AJ's hole was not closing. Instead of closing, it was getting bigger.
We were very concerned for quite some time that Jordan wasn't going to be verbal.
When I found out Jessica had Down syndrome, I was very sad. I was frightened, sad, and as somebody told me, it's like the death of your dreams. You carry a child and expect that child to be able to do certain things which I believed at that time I would never see.
2 days prior to Ali coming home, the social worker gave us another number to call when we got home. We thought it would be another appointment, another thing to do, but little did we know how much of an impact early intervention would have on Ali's life.
As soon as we received the early intervention services, I just felt, so much more hopeful.
Right now, AJ is a 6-month-old, but his gross motor, he acts like a 3-month-old. He can't sit up yet. He can't focus too much. When the therapists come in, it helps a lot, like as far as his developmental, sitting up and rolling over and tracking with his eyes. And when they leave during the week, I follow and I do what they taught me to do as far as stretching him and helping him roll over and helping him stay symmetrical and things of that sort. And he really needs that. I know a lot of people who have preemies and they live in different states, and they say that, like New Yorkers were really, really lucky to have physical therapy and early intervention. It helps a lot.
It was a therapy for her and it was a therapy for me. And I was able to follow through and I was able to work with her. And once I could feel I was doing things, that's when everything seemed to be fine.
Early intervention is not just for AJ, but it's for our family also.
From early intervention, she went to the primetime preschool, and that continuity of service from early intervention into preschool, she didn't have to learn anything new. They just continued working with her and expanding her abilities and capabilities to points that we never really expected her to reach.
I remember the first time I walked through the doors of Primetime for Kids, I just felt like we were home. We were very concerned about Jordan, especially regarding his verbal development, and we thought that he may never be verbal because of these services that he's been receiving through his speech people. He's not just speaking, but he's speaking purposefully. The other day I was making dinner in the kitchen, and all of a sudden Jordan was over in the playroom, and loud and clear, Jordan says to me, "Hey, Mom, can you come over here and help me with this?" He wanted me to turn the light on for him, and it was just an amazing moment. Little things like that just give me such hope for him, little glimpses of good things to come.
Early intervention had a very significant impact on Jessica, probably one of the most significant services that a developmentally disabled person can get.
If earlier intervention wasn't here at this point in time and hadn't been there for Jordan during such a critical time in his development, I would hate to think where he would be right now.
Without early intervention, I really don't know where I'd be.
When Jessica was born, I had no idea of what her life would be like. I had very low expectations. From the beginning, because of early intervention, she has grown with support systems all the way through. She's far exceeded anything I thought she would ever be able to do. I never even thought she'd leave home. She's done so, and she's unfortunately very happy about it. She's working someplace longer than most people work. Jessica has interests and has been able to do many things. She's taken piano lessons. She has horseback riding lessons for several years. She's played in the Challenger League, and she was also honored as one of Rockland County's 40 under 40, the first developmentally disabled person so honored.
Jessica has two homes. One will always be here with us, but she really lives in an ARC home with 4 other young ladies that are her friends, and they share duties in the house. They share social activities in the house. She's very happy. She's able to be as independent as she can be. There's always help there for her when necessary, and she's a very, very happy young lady.
She never has a bad day. She's always smiling. She's always trying to make other people feel better. She's
really my best friend now. There was a time where I thought that she needed me all the time, and now what's happened is I need her.
There was a time not long ago that, we didn't necessarily see such a bright future for Jordan. But now that's all changed. We see him going mainstream kindergarten. We're very hopeful that he will move on through college and graduate. And I see him sharing his wedding day with us and some beautiful grandchildren.